Welcome to the Purple Door podcast. We're on episode 3. I'm your host, John Baxter, and I have a super amazing call with you guys today. I have to say, I'm pretty fired up. I'm fired up big time. And you witness this stuff that goes on in our world, you realize there's got to be hope, there's got to be change. Someone's got to push the envelope. And what our title today is how to get involved and help heal and help your loved ones. And this is so important. We all have people that we know that are going through major health issues. And this could be even ourselves. And we look around and we realize how tough it is to get some answers and solutions. And I think that it's an important show today. We're going to cover a lot of topics, of course. We're going to talk about Make America Healthy Again. And also, of course, what's behind the purple door today? Well, we've got differences of opinion, whether COVID is causing the problem or even I'm not going to use the V word, but I'm going to use the another word, right? Is the jab. Is the jab the problem, or was it COVID that was the problem? Right? We're going to cover that topic as well. And we're also going to cover how to be an affiliate, how to get involved, how to become a distributor, how to get connected to this movement. And it's all going to be here. So remember, it really helps to like, share, comment, and I would like an engaging audience. So today, if you feel the need, comment below. It'll be important. Some of these I'll be covering. And I thank you once again. So to dive into these topics, these key elements that we talked about, I really think with this Purple Door podcast, the beautiful thing is we're going to cover both sides of the issue. And if you want to comment below, let's get to the bottom line. Let's find out what's behind the purple door. With all the new evidence and all the new stuff going out in the world, a change in president since our last podcast, we're going to cover some amazing topics and see where we go from there. So, the mission, of course, you can see the Make America Healthy Again, the not only what's behind the purple door, the red, white, the blue, it's so beautiful. And, we take this political spectrum and realize that really we're all brothers and sisters at the end of the day. And the division literally is caused by not knowing the truth, right? Who do we listen to? Do we listen to the mainstream media tell us what we should think? Should we look to our peers? Should we look toward maybe these gurus out there, right? Well, that's all decided upon by you. Right? Because at the end of the day, you have common sense. You can collect and do your own research. And that's why we're here today, is just to know the pros and cons, to weigh both sides of the issue, right? And realize what might be the truth. Because at the end of the day, what is the truth? So this mission is not only about individual health, but the Make America Healthy Again movement is about coming together to realize the facts, to push the envelope on what could be a possibility in the future. We realize the Stargate was just released. We've got AI coming out hardcore. From our last video, I told you, this is something that you need to realize, to look at, to look into, to make sure that you're aware. I know there's a transhumanistic agenda out there, but also, how informed are you? What can you do to realize where you fit in best? I'm not against or for AI, but I think it's important to realize the potential and what could be done in terms of what we could do. So Make America Healthy Again movement, they've made some changes recently that have a lot of questions. I know with the seed oil situation, we've got to do better, I believe. We've got to find better people. Not so much prominent people that have been in politics for a while, but in regards to people that have the mission and passion and purpose for the average citizen out there. And that's exactly what we need to do. And going into today's topic, if you know a friend, a family member, you yourself that's going through a health issue, Like, we know that whether you're vaccinated or unvaccinated, there's all a difference of opinion. And where do we go when someone has these major health issues? Are we just allowed to just tell them to go suffer in a corner? Do we send them to the hospital? Do we send them to medical people? Do we send them to holistic healthcare providers? What do we do? Because at the end of the day, these people are still suffering. And some of these consequences are life or death, right? And if it's your loved one, it's going to mean a lot more. Could you imagine realizing the truth that something they did caused their death, and it's a close family member? Would you just sit around and just know the truth and not utter a single word? Or would you be a social warrior and go out there and get the message out? I think most people would, quite honestly, with a serious loved one that had a major health issue, didn't know the consequences, whether it was good or bad. And that's just a topic that's got me burning up. I'm so passionate about this. And, this is one thing that we've got to discuss. Like, literally, when it's your family member, if it's someone that you don't know, it doesn't really hit home. But when it's someone that you know and you really care about, whether they're left or right, whether they're blue or red, where do you go? Where do you take it? And that's why we're here. Comment what you would do, because at the end of the day, if I don't know what you're thinking, it's going to be very difficult. This is just my opinion. I don't think I could handle it. If I knew a close friend, a loved one, went through something, did something that they didn't know would have consequences, and they passed away, I would be burning up. I wouldn't allow injustice to happen for 1 second. And we've seen injustice happen at a massive scale, and no one does anything about it. But we're going to talk about why this is. This is the discussion for today. So I have a couple cited works, right? I've got some cited works on whether it was the COVID, whether it was the vaccine. What is going on here? We got one side blaming COVID did all this. The other side is blaming the vaccine did all this. And of course, what I'm seeing is a lot of people, if you're following uncensored networks, myocarditis is one of the worst things. Swelling of the heart and swelling of the brain. These are two things that have happened recently that a lot of people don't know what the truth is. What is the reality? So that's part of today's talk. What is the reality? Does COVID cause swelling of the heart and the brain, or is it the vaccine that's causing the swelling in the heart in the brain? Well, we've got some data. Whether it was the unvaccinated, or was it COVID, or was it the vaccine? These are three things you have to be aware of. And we're getting a difference of opinion. We just realized that the WHO, the World Health Organization's gone from America. Thank God. We've got the CDC. They're gone as well. Thank God. These are some of the problem here. And when I go through this data, I hope to spark some burning desires out of you, because literally, what's the truth? Are we just taxpayers that are just fed a bunch of bullshit? Honestly, we are. We're fed a bunch of bullshit. And it's just painful when you see a loved one or a family member get involved in this and not know the truth and be sad about the result of why they feel like shit and why no one can give them straight answers. So I have this study right here. It's the BMJ study, and this has to do with the actual mRNA vaccine. And basically it says that this study indicated that vaccinated individuals were twice as likely to develop swelling of the heart and swelling of the brain within 30 days compared to unvaccinated people. So that's important. That means at least half the people that got the vaccine has swelling of the brain and swelling of the heart. We've got another study here about swelling of the brain, and it says that it's potentially linked to COVID infection and vaccine. So this one's saying it has nothing to do with the unvaccinated. They're actually getting swelling of the brain and swelling of the heart from either COVID or the vaccine, nothing to do with the unvaccinated. Got another study here from the American Heart Association, right? What's their agenda? Well, they're saying essentially here, the American Heart Association highlighted that the risk of brain swelling and heart swelling was substantially higher after COVID infection. So now we've got the Heart Association staying away from vaccines and saying it was from COVID. So there we have it. And I also have another study here, but we've got 3 differences of opinion from major organizations. The ones that are involved are saying it's COVID. The ones that are almost third-party studies are showing, it's either COVID or vaccine related. And we got one study saying it's vaccine related. And our last study here that we found online is that the younger vaccines, the newer vaccines, displayed swelling of the heart and the brain. So where do we go, right? Today. CDC gone, World Health Organization gone, RFK Jr. in the spotlight, hitting it up. And he's saying that this was the most deadly vaccine in the history of our world. And that's why these major organizations are gone. RFK states that there was no study even done prior to offering the vaccine. Well, as we know, there was more billionaires created during COVID than ever before in the history, right? We knew COVID, the COVID, the infection was a man-made patent. We know that the vaccine was a man-made patent as well prior to it even happening. So I'm not going to beat a dead horse. But what I'm saying is when it's your loved one and you go through all this data, what do? Do you scream from the hilltops about the injustices in this world? You can't get back your loved one. They can't get back their health usually. They're suffering. They're full of major issues. Like these are the topics that are so important today. So I'm just going to keep going. If you have anything you want to talk about, hit it up in the messages. And if we go later in the show, I'll get back to it. Post your comments about really what the hell's going on here. And of course, not only that, in today's interview, we need to engage. So the thing is, I've educated you a little bit. I want to just cover a couple topics. How do you get involved? How do you become affiliate? An affiliate is someone that helps share the knowledge, and it's something that you can do with only your cell phone. If you're someone that wants to help people and they want to take it to the wellness center level, it's called a distributor. If you're interested, look at the comments, my comment in the description below, and you can see how you can get involved. And of course, let's make sure that everyone understands and gets involved at a certain level. If you have questions before you do something like this, type in purple. Type in purple in the comments and someone will be back in touch with you. Awesome. And that leads us to our spotlight. Our sponsor is Anti-Aging Bed, a company with amazing technology that has won amazing awards. Documentaries have been done, including This is an American Product, I'm an American Inventor. And what we need most is to bring manufacturing jobs, of course, back to the States. Because if we don't, we're relying on all of our medical supplies from China. You think we want to keep buying vaccines, masks, and all these other things that we keep doing from China? We're only helping them. When a crisis happens, it's all about buying things from China. That's got to stop. And I'm so glad that tariffs are going on, because it's going to bring back American jobs, and it's going to help fix this situation. If we have the ability to manufacture the things we need without the need of a third world country, that's really going to help America. And anti-aging bed is here. Anti-aging bed is here with 86 health technologies, a whole system of healthcare. And realize, where does health start with us? It starts with our grounding and far infrared technology that you sleep on every night. The therapeutic side of this is that you're using the 8 hours that you would normally spend in bed anyways, and maximize it with 8 hours of therapy. Take your bedroom into the next level of health by utilizing these technologies, including grounding, which is going to neutralize the voltage that we're getting from our Wi-Fi and discharge this extra inflammation that is caused by this extra level of toxins in our body from the food we eat, along with just this crazy world. We need to fight technology with technology. Not only does grounding help you do that, but grounding is actually the foundation of all frequency medicine. Without it, you just realize when you plug something in, take a look if you don't believe me. When you plug something in, guess what? You've got electricity, AC current in the top, and you have grounding. Why is that? It's because it's a safe, complete system. Grounding and frequency are basically the duality that brings us back into balance, and it makes our electrical grid stay in balance. So if you're interested, anti-aging bed, get the entire anti-aging bed sleep system. It comes in many pieces, and you can get the grounding technology on your current bed, pillowcase, this type of thing. So thank you to our sponsor for allowing me the time and energy to get this message out. And of course, how do you get involved? This movement is important. And of course, you guys are important to me. If you know me, if you've tried my products, like, share, comment. It's so important. And of course, we've got Ralph here. He's saying, is there any compensation coming back to any suffering? Well, I don't think so. I don't think there's any compensation coming back from suffering. I think we need to get to the root cause issues and take a truthful look at suffering and really what it is. You know, so many of us are impacted by financial issues. You know, we're rolling out of a recession, and I'm hoping that changes. But, you know, if you're someone on the current food system, of course, we've heard it. That's why I'm in this movement. The food system, they're taking sugar, finally the high fructose corn syrup, they're taking it out of the Coca-Cola. There are other things going on. That's just a minor one. They took out the red dye. It's been outlawed. Really, this is just going to keep coming, and it's going to keep coming. You think about our kids and what the red dye is doing when it goes in their brain. Oh my God. So let's just realize that a lot of change is coming, and we'll be able to report on it each and every time. So with not much more, when we talk about this Purple Door podcast, what we're looking for is people, like-minded people like you, to join this movement. You know, we cover not only what is being said, but we're covering the uncensored version and what the mainstream media. We want to expose this. And I think today we did a good job. We realized that there was 4 differences of opinion, and we realized no study had ever been done. But the saddest part is that people are suffering. People are suffering at a high level. And that's why this is so important. We actually have a solution. We're not the people that just talk about problems. If we get stuck in just problems, we're done. What we need are real world solutions. So if this is you, you want to jump toward real world solutions, realize that this is the place to be. And of course, as a fearless leader in this movement, we'll do our best to make sure that we can get to this next level. And of course, I went to the chat here. Edward suggests that here. Let's see here. Edward, he suggests that I hope you're in California. We are getting into California. I know our next big move is going to be Las Vegas. It's a place like here. We're in Orlando, Florida. It's one of the vacation capitals of the world. If you find yourself wanting to come visit us, feel free. We'll give you a free demonstration of all these technologies and see if it doesn't change your mind about what you can do in your home on a simplistic basis. Also, take a look at our different technologies. You'll be really surprised. We have stars. We have celebrities. We're not talking about gurus. We have gurus out there pitching supplements. We know a lot of gurus, so-called leaders that only pitch supplements that pay them money. So you're not going to get that with me. You're not going to get a supplement every day and think it's the greatest thing. With me, I'm not getting famous by changing someone's vitamins, right? But it happens, right? It's important. Of course, it is important to get on the right nutrition. But realize I'm an inventor with 86 technologies. We've got the left, the right, the up, the down, the full circle of understanding. And it's very much different because we're coming into NFL week. And in this next couple of weeks, you're going to see that I've been working with stars, celebrities this whole time. But I am finally this sneak peek into my life and what I've been doing and who I've been working with. It's coming full circle. I'm talking about working with excellence, the highest levels. You talk about someone that makes it to the Super Bowl, you're talking about someone that spent their whole life. And there's a secret world behind this life, which is millions of dollars in salaries, contracts that end and contracts that begin. And not only that, it leads into veterans that have been shot down, that have surgery. These are the people I work with. I work with people with severe health and chronic health issues. I work with people that have been left for dead, that no one else can help. They come to my doorstep. And guess what? We have a different realization of health, unlike what you see out there. And so I can vouch and I can show you testimonials. And I'm so excited to be getting you this information. Realize this secret world behind all this is that sometimes in the NFL, and it's an unrealized truth, is that when you play at that level, you take literally a decade or more off of your life. Every time you slam into someone's head, you get a concussion. And the average NFL player has 1,000 concussions that go unwarranted and unnoticed until they get older. They get older and they realize, they're a broken bag of bones. These are the type of people I work with, and they can vouch for what I do. I'm not pushing supplements. I am offering solutions at a high level. Diet, exercise, nutrition, sleep is the missing link. It's something that we forgot about. And if you can turn your life and maximize your time and utilize the best of your self-care during a time you're already going to be using and recovering, you'll realize that it's the foundation to everything else. I'm talking about people with 27 operations. These are the people that I work with. And it's important to showcase this. And I'm really excited for this NFL week coming up, realizing that this information is going to get out. And I'm so excited that a lot of people can join in all this hard work. I have over nearly 25 years of time spent on this as a guy that broke my own neck, being hooked on pain pills and quitting pain pills and trying to find more solutions. So God blessed me with this ability to innovate and to understand, to bring things full circle. And that's why this Purple Door podcast is so important. What is the truth? The truth is not left or right. The truth is in your heart, number one. The truth is in common sense. The truth is in your research, who to believe. And the important thing is, if you just keep going topic to topic and topic, and you don't start getting one truth, really figure it out, you'll never find the light. So as an individual, citizen, whatever, it's important that you do your homework for you to find your truth. And that's why I'm here. So thank you once again. This is the third episode of the Purple Door podcast. It's going to come, and it's important that I really lay the groundwork prior to bringing on a couple audience members and celebrities and starting to do interviews. And I just want to thank you once again for joining the Purple Door podcast. I'm your host, John Baxter, and I'm so looking forward to the future. Thank you so much. And we've got one last one. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Comment purple if you want any information about the company, and also we'll get back to you. From my heart, thank you guys so much. Have a great day.